morning and welcome to the Digital Weather Desk powered by Century Next Bank. Visit cnext.bank for more information. Thanks so much for joining us on this shortened work week this Tuesday morning. Wanted to kind of give some folks a heads up as they get ready to head out the door on this shortened work week. We do have a few thunderstorms, so let's kind of hop right into it. In fact, the storms that we are seeing are very isolated, but they have been pesky along the Mississippi Valley this morning and really through the overnight hours, and that's prompted a flash flood warning. As you take a look at the radar, kind of lapsed over the last 8 hours-ish, actually the last 3 hours, out over portions of our area, and you can see one pesky area that has warranted that one flash flood warning across portions of Madison Parish and Warren County. This is from just east of Tallulah to the Vicksburg area, so for folks along I-20 and Highway 80 that are traveling along the Mississippi Valley this morning, just be aware that we do have some storms that were pretty pesky through the morning. The rain rates have slacked off quite a bit, so not quite as robust of an area of rain currently, but it has been enough and pretty pesky through the overnight to prompt a flash flood warning that will carry until 10:15 this morning. And speaking of rain totals, over the last 6 hours, again picking up unofficially a little over a half an inch of rain in Vicksburg. Obviously, some areas that you can see the kind of the yellow coloring that's kind of buried underneath there. Those are the areas that may have seen over 2 inches of rain locally here in the last 6 hours. So again, that's what prompts the flash flood warning for those areas this morning. Look at temperatures as you head out the door, upper 60s to low 70s. Some spots a smidge warmer than others, but generally speaking, pretty close to normal for this time of year. So if you're heading out and about, again, that's kind of what we're encountering this morning. It's overall not too bad of a morning if you're not dealing with the isolated thunderstorms. Dew points are also quite comfortable, at least all things considered, in the mid to upper 60s to near 70 degrees. And as we work deeper into the afternoon hours today, your Futurecast is made possible by Bayou Power Sports. And as we go into the afternoon, Futurecast doesn't show a lot in terms of scattered thunderstorms. I kind of went against the trend in terms of the computer model data, at least in that regard, because I still think with the trough of low pressure that's in place, there will be a pretty good shot that most of us see at least some scattered showers and storms this afternoon. In fact, Futurecast shows, when you kind of follow the cloud cover associated with it, it shows some of the kind of outflow-driven cloud cover. It just doesn't reflect rainfall, and I think that we're going to at least see some scattered storms this afternoon. Fast forward, as we see, you kind of see the cloud cover at one point there. It's kind of darting off to the west. Kind of shows a little bit of outflow-driven stuff, but just no rain. Kind of weird. Either way, as we go into the day on Wednesday, I would expect more thunderstorm potential to ramp back up across the region. Most of it's still fairly scattered, so if you'd miss out on the rain today, you have a chance of seeing it on Wednesday. But there's going to be some spots that miss out on the rain completely as we go through the next couple of the next 48 hours. So again, don't be surprised if you miss out on the rain. Again, rain chances become progressively more isolated, and then as we go into Thursday, most of the day looks dry. Then the upcoming weekend brings a cold front and maybe some subsequent rain chances to go along with it as well. A quick check of the tropical development, and again, our what was the orange Mike and Ike is now a red Mike and Ike, and that large area of potential tropical development now up to a 70% chance of development over the next 7 days. So we do expect to see some sort of tropical system out over the open Atlantic at some point, I would say in the next week, probably a little bit sooner than that, in the next probably 3 to 5 days. Quick check of the tropical satellite as the sun rises on the open Atlantic over the last few hours, and you kind of see that area of disturbed weather, just some more concentrated thunderstorms as you move out over the open Atlantic, kind of exiting the African coastline. Again, just a firm reminder that we are still well entrenched in Atlantic hurricane season, and while we haven't seen anything yet, doesn't mean we won't see something later. Today's highs will be in the upper 80s to near 90 degrees. Again, scattered showers and storms will be a possibility, but overall, temperatures maybe a smidge below normal, but close to normal. And I wouldn't be surprised to see some areas back in the low end of the 90s. Daytime highs, overnight lows tonight fall back into the upper 60s. We kept the rain chances at 30% because some of the computer models are insistent that we'll see some overnight storms kind of similar to what we ran into this morning along the Mississippi Valley that prompted the flash flood warning for Madison Parish and Warren County. Winds will likely be fairly light through the overnight. Look at the 7-day forecast. Again, 7-day forecast made possible by 3B Outdoor Equipment, the exclusive lawn care maintenance provider of the Digital Weather Desk. We'll look for daytime highs in the upper end of the 80s, even for Wednesday with the scattered shower and storm potential to kind of linger or sneak back into the forecast. As I mentioned yesterday, we warm up quickly Thursday, Friday. That is what we call compressional warming ahead of a cold front. You squish all that air together and it warms up pretty quickly. Could even see the upper 90s in some spots on Friday. We swing a cold front through the area, and that brings us back into the mid-80s or upper 80s for the early parts of next week. So there are some changes in store, and it does include some below-average temperatures. A reminder, the Digital Weather Desk, powered by Century Next Bank, is a digital weather platform that serves 33 parishes and counties across northern Louisiana, southern Arkansas, and western Mississippi, and it is made possible 100% free of charge to you folks at home by the local businesses that you see there on your screen. So be sure to thank them along the way. Of course, we'll keep an eye on the forecast through the rest of the day. I'll join you at midday. Your Too Long Didn't Read comes up in a couple of hours. And obviously, I'll join you midday and this evening as we keep an eye on the scattered storm potential for today and the upcoming cold front that could bring some changes later this week. Have a great Tuesday, everybody. We'll check on you in a couple hours.